Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for your comments before. Thanks for watching my previous video. If you don't mind, I just want to make another little video regarding many of the comments still going around with Durianrider and Dr. Morse. First of all, I want to say that all this will be blown over in a few days. The human mind has a big issue. We can't stop thinking, basically speaking, and this is also what Eckhart Tolle and so many of the other great teachers are talking about. Ramana Maharshi, Mooji Adyashanti, Gangaji, they'll all talk about the human mind and basically the space behind the thoughts, or the space of just of having no thoughts whatsoever. The human mind is like, even in Buddhism they talk about, it's like a galloping horse. The mind is the galloping horse, and we're on the horse and we're just going wherever the galloping horse is bringing us, here, there and everywhere. My point is that if we can just stop thinking for a few moments, we'll have a much more peaceful, calmer, relaxed position, instead of taking things overly seriously and getting sucked into a bit of a wormhole. We're sucked into this stream of emotions and thoughts, defensiveness, judging, condemning, attacking. I do have to say I appreciate everybody defending Dr. Morse. It's nice, and even people defending Durianrider. The reason why I appreciate everyone defending people is because it's a nice thing to do. It's like acting from a place of love and care for somebody. You're defending somebody. In the same way, Dr. Morse loves and cares for us. Durianrider loves and cares for a lot of people. He has helped countless people who've been suffering from anorexia and bulimia and eating disorders, where now they don't view food as an enemy anymore and they can have as much food as they want, and he's really has helped loads of people. So Durianrider does care for people, and he has the kind intention of helping people, which I appreciate too. So all of this will be blown over in a few days. It's easy to get sucked into things when it's in the midst of the occasion, the heat of the moment. If Durianrider is immature, or if he's egoical and ego and immature and behaving in the not of the highest order, then sure, we can say that we don't like what you're doing, but just make sure we're clear, we're not clouded by our own emotions and ego perceptions ourselves first, our own experiences from the past, because that'll always make everything seem in the worst light possible. It'll make us most critical and judgmental. It'll make us focus on the negative side. So if Durianrider is acting from ego, which almost all of us are in some times of the day or our lives, acting from unconsciousness instead of conscious awareness in the moment, from inner space, acting from unconscious emotions and unconscious unobserved thoughts, what happens is, so many of us, then our ego kicks in and we start judging him for doing this. So it's the exact same thing. Our ego kicks in and we start feeling righteous and superior and on the high horse. That's our ego, and we feel great, and we feel a negativity within us, like an indignation, a feeling of wrongdoing, and we're all feeling great, thinking that we're superior or better or more knowledgeable or more spiritual or more wise. My message that I want, and that I generally, for this video and all of my videos typically for my channel, is to love and have a sensitive heart for everybody. Have a sensitive heart for everybody, even the people who are unconscious and immature. Of course, them. There's nobody who's really mean. There's only people who are truly unconscious. So if somebody starts shouting their head off at you, calling you names and yelling at you, or else someone starts attacking you and punching you, like being all angry and upset and just being aggressive and mean, essentially they're not really being mean. Essentially and truly, they're being unconscious. They don't have conscious, aware control of themselves, and they're being sucked into the huge vortex of emotions and thoughts. That's why Jesus said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." So this is what I kind of wanted to say also with Durianrider, and even Dr. Morse, because Dr. Morse had a moment of unconsciousness, in my opinion. He was having a bad day. I could feel it clearly in his video. I didn't mind. Everybody has a bad day. Me too, plenty of times or whatever. So, like, forgive unconsciousness is what I'm saying, and let's not try and get all sucked into unconsciousness ourselves, where we feel negative, we focus on the negative, and we start like condemning and attacking and criticizing. So, let's look past people's unconsciousness. Like, if we grew up as Durianrider or Dr. Morse, we'd be the same way as them. Durianrider curses regularly, but I don't feel like if you grew up as a black gangster and everyone was cursing all the time and you cursed all of your life, you wouldn't think twice about cursing. It would just be like any other word. It wouldn't have attached like strong negativity or whatever else. So I know Durianrider curses, and I know his mode of communication could appear as like more like tactful, more lovey-dovey, more peaceful or whatever. But that's just his way of communicating. And I know he is like, he might have ego, but it's only our ego, remember, if we start judging and feeling better or superior than him. If we start getting grudgmental and belligerent and upset and angry towards him, that's totally 100% our ego. He can't cause anything in us, by the way. If we get upset or offended, that's us. It's not him. Nobody can offend us without our permission. Nobody can make us angry without our permission. Like Gandhi said, nobody can make me angry. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. Very wise Gandhi said that. It's totally true. Nobody, personally speaking, nobody ever offends me. If I ever get irritated, it's always because of me. Unless it's an energetic force, if somebody who's extremely like sad ever right beside me, I might feel their sadness, because I'm a sensitive being like all of us. It's an energetic communication, auras or whatever. Or if someone's shouting their head off and yelling in anger at me, I'll feel this as a sensitive being, not because I'm judging them and criticizing them in my ego in my head. So I just want us all to have a sensitive heart towards people. If someone is unconscious or immature, they're not awakened and they're not enlightened, forgive them. Don't hold on to it. Don't take it all really extremely excessively seriously and personally. It's no big deal. If someone calls me names, I don't need any defending. If it's okay if somebody defends me or wants to like say, "Hey, Owen's lovely, like don't be mean to him" or whatever. That's cool, and I love and appreciate that. Similarly, Dr. Morse doesn't need any defending. But if anyone wants to defend him, that's okay. Like, I don't mind that either, and I love and appreciate if anyone wants to like say, "Hey, Dr. Morse is lovely, like treat him as nicely as possible." Like, overall, of course, if any of you have seen my videos before, I do love when we all like grow and look at ourselves in honesty and investigate our own ego, remove the blocks, and then as a result we naturally become more loving and caring, with the intention to become more loving and caring and all this type of thing, a nicer, aware, conscious being. So obviously I prefer love and light and peace and harmony and tranquility and everything else. But there's also like the drama in the world and the unconsciousness too. And I'm not going to get unconscious and all dramatic and upset and irritated and feisty. Well, maybe feisty possibly, but I'm not going to get all unconscious and upset and irritated and attack those who are unconscious in my own unconsciousness. What I'm going to do is I'm going to understand unconsciousness. I'm going to be aware in the moment, and I'm going to see the unconsciousness for what it is. So, like a child who's immature, adults aren't also enlightened all the time too, so they have moments of immaturity. So for example, if a child threw a snowball at me, I'm not going to get super offended and hold on to a grudge for years or get all upset. What I'm trying to say is you can't expect enlightened things from somebody, and this applies to all of us. You can't expect enlightened things all the time from people who are immature and unconscious and on the process of learning and growing and evolving. So just not to take it too personally, just have forgiveness and love and compassion and a tender heart towards them. So I just would like people to have a tender heart and a sensitive heart towards Dr. Morse and the Durianrider too. Sensitive, tender heart, not aggression towards them, not angry, like demonize and admonish and throw away to a cave and lock the door the person because they had a moment of unconsciousness or immaturity or ego. We're all like this. I mean, I have to realize we're all like this. And don't hold on to things from immature people because they're acting from a place of ego, unconsciousness, and immaturity, and often hurts from the past, etc. So for real though, I don't take Durianriders too seriously at all. I always try and see the good in people, the good intentions and the good efforts. And at the same time, speak up if you feel anything is untrue. Generally, as I said in my first video, I don't think Durianrider said anything particularly that was untrue. I think I even asked people, I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you can feel free to tell me, I don't mind. Everybody makes mistakes. If I'm right, maybe sometimes I'm right. So maybe Durianrider is right that Dr. Morse sells caffeine or coffee. But that isn't even really the point anymore I'm trying to make in this video, because even if he does, it doesn't really matter to me that much at all, because I still love Dr. Morse anyway. So you get the point here I'm trying to make. Forgive them for they don't know what they do. Look at ourselves first instead of pointing the finger excessively. Don't take things too seriously, overly seriously. And send blessings and good wishes towards Durianrider and the community and Dr. Morse. Wish them well. Good things can happen from this. Maybe many people will start tuning into Dr. Morse now, or tune into Durianrider. Like, we don't know the journey of the soul, so maybe exactly what one person needs, they'll get tuned into Durianrider for maybe a week or two, and then they won't watch, or maybe they'll love him for a year or two or more. And same with Dr. Morse. So what's good for one person is not necessarily good for the next person. That's why everybody's so different. If the world was meant to be the same, it would be the same. It's not the same because it's not meant to be all the same. It's supposed to be variety. So thank you for Dr. Morse, lovely being. Thank you for Durianrider, beautiful soul as well. We're all just trying our best based on what we know, okay? So nobody's perfect, and if I make mistakes as Owen, even though I don't believe in fundamental deep down mistakes for the universe, superficially we all make mistakes. So let's just look by the little mistakes and try immediately, instantaneously, or even as quickly as we can, to get back to a place of peace, love and light and best wishes and warm heart, tender heart, sensitive heart towards everybody. And forgive the unconsciousness or the ego. And obviously, like I say, never to be a walkover, never to be abused or mistreated by people. I don't think Durianrider was being abusive or mistreating, just very, very blunt. So it's all good. Thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks for you for watching. I wish you a lovely day. I hope we all learned from this. I hope you learned from this, and I'm trying to learn from this to see if I misunderstood anything. If my first video was fully accurate, I think for me. I'm still very happy with my first video. But I'm happy if I'm proved wrong or shown wrong. I don't mind, because I don't hold on to things and I don't have a false big hard image to try and maintain. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. It's simple as that. And we're all learning, don't forget. So just allow people to learn. We're all at different stages of growth, and so be it. Much love and light and peace. Blessings to you. Warm wishes. Have a nice day. Good luck in opening your heart chakra and finding more love and care for everybody in a sensitive heart. And loving people like your family and your mother, your friends, your mother. Loving people like your children, like a beautiful, adored, precious person. And I'll talk to you again in another video. Thanks for all your comments, previous video. Write more comments below if you want. And if you haven't seen my other videos, you're welcome to subscribe. Button up there. And I'll see you again soon, okay? Bye.